Out here in Sea Links, this used to be an old golf course. It's totally abandoned now. However, today we are installing drainage. So these are the two clients that we're working with today, and they have had drainage issues for quite a few years. During the winter, this completely fills up their back lawn with a bunch of water. So we are installing a drain here. You can see if I stand over here. We are installing these are trenches right now. They go all the way back along this hedge. We're going to put perforated pipe in there with drain rock and liner, and then we are going to run a solid PVC out all the way out to this drainage ditch out here. So digging with this little guy, trying not to tear up the lawn. That's why I use this little guy. And right now we're digging this thing about 5-6 feet deep, and we'll get this water out of here, and then hopefully we'll be able to improve. You can see this whole lawn has just been underwater all winter. It's really patchy, just bad quality soil. So we're trying to get rid of it. Got water still sitting in there. So we will get this perforated pipe out to here. We'll do a catch basin at the corner here, and then all the way back out to the front there. Also over here, this client here is removing their sod and putting a new lawn in. It's a little bit hard to see, but it's pretty hilly and bumpy in here. So they get a bunch of puddles in there. It's really soft back there. And obviously all this becomes a massive puddle slash pond. So what we're gonna be doing is actually taking out their entire lawn. We're going to grade it all out. Then we're gonna put some good soil down and then reseed it with hydro seed. So right now we just started this off. We are taking out the sod. So I'll show you what this looks like. You can see here, the sod cutter takes this out really nice and clean. So the day's objective is to clear this all out, and then we'll start grading it with the track loader. Progress being made here today on this job site. Tore out an old irrigation system over in that yard there, and then we're installing this 4-inch perforated pipe with our catch basin right here. That's being installed, the liner and drain rock, and then this is what we're running up against right now. So you can see at the highest point, deepest point, we're probably about 6 feet deep almost. And then what happened though, the issue here is we got stuck with this little excavator. So it's draining perfectly. All the water is coming down this trench and sitting right in this lip, but we got a little bit too carried away. So we got this thing stuck. So I'm gonna have to bring the track loader in here, get a cable and some chains, haul it out of here. But we're getting the soil placed today because tomorrow it's supposed to rain. So we were able to use this as an access point while it's dry. Tomorrow this soil, 14 yards of lawn mix, will go here and we will get rid of all of this lawn. Today we use the sod cutter, cut it all up. Tomorrow we will haul it out of here and put new lawn mix soil in there. Things are moving along here. We tore out all of this sod the other day. Now the drain is getting installed. We got perforated 4-inch pipe coming to the T-junction here with a catch basin under here. And that pipe is solid and it goes all the way out there about 75 feet or so. So working on it here, and then we'll get this ditch all filled in. Just wrapping up here, drainage job. We were trying to get this all leveled out. It's a bunch of mud, so we'll probably have to come back in a month once it's dry and really get a nice grade on it. New lawn though, looking nice, leveled out. Just finished up the drain, the top here. You can see it basically just looks like a drain rock flower bed. But underneath that is our drain system. We're gonna put some mulch right along the drain rock just so it's nice and easy for them to mow and edge right along there. So that's why we're digging out that trench. But next week we'll get this hydro seeded, this side over here, mulch spread, looking good. Over here in Blaine today, making 2 garden boxes. These are cedar. Put these together, and then what we're doing is we're putting this liner in between the cedar and where the soil is going. That way there's no moisture and the soil isn't in contact with the wood. Stapling it on there, side. And you got a gravel base just so it's nice and flat, nice and compact, and then we'll fill it up with this good blend of topsoil and compost. Beautiful Monday morning here. Loomis Trail Golf Course is what we're looking at there. But today we got this Flagstone patio that we are doing. You can see right now it's a little bit tough because of the lighting, but right now we have a whole bunch of moss growing in between this flagstone. Here you go, now you can see it. You got all this moss, some of it's like 6 to 8 inches tall. We are going to take out all the moss. We're going to excavate the soil down. We're going to remove this flower bed and make this into an actual patio. So we're going to get 6 tons of this flagstone in. We're going to put poly sand in. We're going to move this out, move the irrigation system, take out a lot of the irrigation heads, as you can see there in here. So we got to move a lot of those irrigation heads, get them moved. And then also around both sides of the house, we're going to install a pathway with the same flagstone. So right now it's just a bunch of drain rock, but it's tough for them to get garbage cans and their mower and things like that around. So we are going to put in 2 different pathways. We're going to move out all of this bed here, make this into an entire patio with poly sand in the joints, and then move this rock in this way. It's gonna look a whole lot better. Right now the moss is good in theory, but it's just too hard to keep it moist. It just dries out and it starts to look really gross during the summer. Same thing over here. We'll make this, the patio will go to here, and then from here around will be a pathway, and be a lot better for the little shed here they got on the side. You get things out of there and roll it a lot easier on this drain rock.
Here we are at our client's house in Loomis Trail in Blaine, Washington. We have removed the former moss and flagstone path that was in the back, and we now have a level pathway of just dirt. We're going to fill it with gravel and then put poly sand and the new flagstone in for a nice patio finished look. Here we are at Loomis Trail, and we installed a nice flagstone pathway here and small landing area for a side shed access. And the pathway comes all the way back to where we have just installed a flagstone patio deck here. Just finished spraying this section, and it wraps all the way around the deck. We moved and installed this rock wall. I moved it about a foot forward to make more room for a flower bed, and now have a nice flagstone patio that wraps around the deck and goes to another flagstone pathway on the other side of the house.
Got a job over here in Ferndale, new construction. Eventually we're going to be building a retaining wall here, really nice one. But for today we got to dig out the utility lines so we can install conduit for the contractors that are building the house. So we got electrical, got water line. Gonna be digging these bad boys today with the excavator. Today we're over in Birch Bay Village. We are xeriscaping this front lawn, well, flower bed. So they're tied up with all the weeds and all the maintenance of the plants. So we are going to take it all out, install limestone gravel, as well as a cobble flower bed that'll go around this retaining wall and just make it a whole lot less maintenance for the summer. Today we are in Lincoln Park in Blaine, and we're going to be doing a whole bunch of tree chipping. The Frisbee golf course is set to go in, so we've been working on chipping things up. We're going to be making the tee off areas as well for the patios, and so making it look good. So today we are going to be replacing this lawn here downtown Bellingham. Pretty beat up and really bad drainage. The water's been sitting in here all winter and just becomes an absolute mud hole. So we're going to take out this fence, bring the track loader, grade it all out nicely, remove this sod, put new soil in, and then get it all new sod placed in here. So the sod's just showing up here as well. Pretty muddy right now, but we have removed the lawn, old existing turf, and now we are installing soil, and then we'll get the sod laid in here. Just at a job site here in Ferndale, and I'm meeting with the client. We are going to be installing a retaining wall for them, but these are some of the different options we got. These are called legacy block. You can see the difference between this one and these ones, besides the color, is just that this is a rounded face and this is a straight face. This is gonna be like good for straight walls, but these actually work for straight walls or rounded walls. It's just really a preference of, you know, what the design is gonna look like. These are different colors we got, like caramel, gray, and then the red one. And so right now I'm meeting with them to see what they prefer as far as shape, and then also getting all fancy there. We used to use files, but they take forever. So today we're at a tree job and we're going to change a bunch. So he's sharpening a bunch. But over here, we're taking out all of these trees, and then we're gonna be trimming this hedge back here, removing these trees as well. We're gonna chip them up, get them out of here.
Typical Pacific Northwest day. What we're going to be doing today is removing all this soil and viewed bark. We're going to be taking out the plants that were here, and we're going to level this area out, dig it out about 6 to 7 inches. Then we're going to be putting in a paver patio here.
So we've got these irrigation lines that are underneath where our pavers are going, so we are cutting them off basically, and then we are taking out these old fittings and capping them so that we don't have water flowing underneath the patio. Get those capped, and then we can grade this thing out and start putting in our solid base of gravel and sand. Out in Semyami today, just wrapping up this paver job. New development out here towards Semyami Spit. And this is Flagstone pavers that we used on this one. They're gray. They have the nice deep edges for the poly sand to sit in. So just a bit of an extension, 3 feet off of the patio there, and then a square pad as well here. A big thing here, just make sure you got some drainage, so a little bit of a slope coming off of here. And then we're gonna come back and try to fix this gutter issue that was dropping a bunch of water there. So just wrapping things up now, looking good. Today we're over in Birch Bay and doing a cleanup. This house is going up for sale, and this needed kind of a clean up and put some mulch in. So pulling a whole bunch of ivy away, dead plants that were all in here, taking out this dead Japanese maple, creating some beds around these trees. We are in Lynden today, and as you can see, this lawn's pretty beat up from the drought, just hasn't been watered and things, so a lot of these patches are bare. And instead of trying to revive it or water it like crazy, this client has decided to remove it and install a bunch of flower beds. So this is another form of xeriscaping, taking out a lawn, reducing maintenance, and then putting in some low maintenance shrubs. So we're gonna remove all of this sod today. Should be pretty easy. Get it hauled out of here, remove about 2 inches off the top with the old sod cutter right there.
Here we are at one of our clients' houses in Blaine, Washington. What we're going to be doing today is removing some of this turf around the mailbox and behind the retaining wall. We'll be putting in a small cobble area next to the mailbox and on the slope here. And then we'll be installing a nice beauty bark as well as some boxwood plants that will go along the edge of the retaining wall to make a nice flower bed. Here we are at one of our clients' houses in Blaine, Washington. We installed a nice cobble rock here underneath the mailbox, and then we installed a bed of medium brown bark, and then these dwarf boxwoods all the way down, creating a nice flower bed effect behind his retaining wall and an edge to his front lawn.